So, good afternoon. First year BCom Computer Applications, Semester 1, Unit 5, Data Communications. So, we continue with a new slide or PPT. So, in this unit, we may discuss about only we have. It is a very large PPT. All slides are not required. Only some part of information is required to us as per the this syllabus, our syllabus. So, what are the basics of data communications? Today we discuss about the basics of data communications, components, data representation and direction of data flows. Here there are three components, three important concepts. Today we will discuss about three important concepts. First one is components, components of data communication. The second one is data representations, and third one is direction of data flows. So, 5 components of data communications. Generally, in data communications and networks, there are 5 components are used. First one is sender, second one is receiver, third one is medium, physical medium or physical media used, or communication media is used. Fourth one is messages or packets or like that. Fifth one is protocol. So these are the 5 important components. 5 important components of a data communication. So what are the first one is sender or a sender station or a sender PC or a sender device. Second one is called receiving station or receiving PC or receiving device. Third one is media or medium used, physical media or physical medium used. Fourth one is called as protocols. Fifth one is called as messages or packets or data or information passed. So we discuss one by one things. So data flows, generally data communication or data flows are 3 types. First one is simplex, second one is duplex, and third one is half duplex. So data communication is generally taking place in 3 ways. First one is simplex mode. So the question is, what are the data communication modes, or what are the data communication methods or types? So the first one is simplex mode, second one is duplex, half duplex mode, third one is full duplex mode. So in simplex mode, only one way that communication is done with only one way only. That is, in simplex way we may use a unidirectional communication, that is from either from sender to receiver or from receiver to sender at a time. Only it takes only one type of one way of transmission, data transmission at a time. So example is, here we are using some mainframe connected with some monitor. So second one is half duplex. Half duplex means only two computers or two PCs or two devices are connected with each other, one to another, and it works like only one way is, or only one type of direction is allowed, or one way communication is allowed in between them. That is, either we may use sender to receiver, or from receiver to sender, means only one way of communication is allowed, and not the both directions are allowed at the same time. So full duplex means, in full duplex mode, both the sender and receiver, both the sender as well as the receiver can send and receive the data or information at the same time. Means in full duplex mode, generally the data or information can be taken place either from sender to receiver, as well as from the receiver to sender at the same time. Means at the same time we can transmit the data or information from one device to another device. So similarly, what are the different types of connections? What are the different types of connections used in a network? Means in generally in networks and data communication, there are two types of communications. There are two types of communication modes or communication methods are used. First one is called point to point communication, and second one is called multi-point connections, like that. So in point to point, what is a point to point communication? Means exactly a secured, a full channel and full capacity secured communication is established between two devices, like from one sender to receiver, or one device to another device. So it is a, what is a point to point connection? Point to point connection is generally, it is a secure, fully utilized channel, and the medium is fully utilized with the full using full capacity of the channel to transmit data and information. So the channel is completely dedicated to that line only. So that type of link or establishment, that type of connections are called as point to point connection. Second one is multi-point connection. Multi-point connection means here we may use the same channel for sending the data or information from sender to more than one receiving stations or devices. So here we may use some mainframe device or a mainframe server, use it to connect to some multiple workstations or multiple devices via single line or a single channel only. So topologies, yesterday also we may discuss all these things about so what are the topologies, what are the different types of networks or different types of topologies used. So here this is also one of the set of question, what are the different categories of topology or different types of topologies or different types of networks used. So here there are four types of networks, there are four types of networks are used. First one is mesh topology, second one is star topology, third one is bus topology, fourth one is ring topology. So first one is mesh topology, second one is star topology, and third one is bus topology, and fourth one is ring topology. So we may use these four types of topologies or networks to create any network. So first one is, we will start with the first type of network, that is network type, that is mesh topology. Mesh topology, what is a mesh topology? It is a fully connected topology. Mesh topology is also called as fully connected. Why? Because in mesh networks or mesh topology, all the workstations or all the stations or all the devices are connected to remaining all the devices in the network. So every device is, the mesh technology mesh network is designed in such a way that every device is connected to all the remaining devices in a network. So the type of setup or network is called as mesh topology or mesh network. Second one is star topology. Generally in star topology we may use some networking devices like some hubs and switches and routers. Generally in star topologies we may use networking devices called hubs, switches and routers. So all the workstations or PCs or devices are connected to the central hub, or central device or central router to share or to communicate data and information over a network. Generally in star topology the data is transmitted from one sender to all the remaining stations or remaining receivers in a network. So next is third one is called as bus type of topologies. So the third type of topology or network is called as bus topology or network. Bus topology or network. So in a bus topology or in bus network, all the devices or all the workstations or all the computers are connected to a medium, common medium or a common media called bus or cable. Generally what is a bus? Bus is nothing but it is a cable or a transmission media used to transmit data or information over a network. So in bus technologies cables are used to transmit data and information, and all the workstations PCs are connected to the bus. And here we are using some special devices, special hardware devices called taps, like cable and terminators, cables and other networking equipment. So next, fourth type of network is called as ring network. Fourth type of network is called as ring network. So in a ring network, generally the network is formed or designed in such a way that the last node or last computer is generally connected to the first node, generally connected to the first node of a computer, so that it forms a ring. A ring. So in a ring network or ring topology, generally in a ring network or ring topology, all the devices or all the computers or workstations are connected are formed in a ring, so that the data or information is passed throughout the ring, and all the workstations and PCs, computers receives the data or information. Similarly, what are the categories of networks? So there are different types of networks or categories of networks. So basically there are three types of networks are used. First one is called as LAN, second one is MAN, third one is WAN. So LAN means local area network, second one is MAN, metropolitan area network, third one is WAN, wireless area network. So LAN, what is a LAN? LAN is nothing but it is a single building. Generally LANs are used to create or establish some networks with small areas. It covers, generally LANs covers small areas, like within a room or within a floor, or used to connect two or more full floors, or within a campus, like that. So generally LAN having low or less capacity, and use it to connect less number of computers, and use it to like that. So next type of so LAN is also used to connect systems or systems from one floor to another floor in a building. So generally LANs are also used for floors or multi-floor building, to connect different types of computers and networks. Next type of computer is called as MAN. MAN means metropolitan area network. Metropolitan area network. Here generally this type of networks are used to connect large cities, large twin cities, or examples for the MAN are like using cables, city cables, or some cable technologies, like that. So MAN means generally metropolitan area network, use it to connect different networks of small covered areas or small covered networks. So by using MAN, we may connect any small number of computers and small number of networks with from one city to another city, or twin cities, like that. So here we use public networks like some cable networks or TV networks, like that. Next is WAN. WAN is a wide area network. WAN. Next type of network is called WAN. WAN means wide area network. Wide area network. Generally, WAN is used to for covering large geographical areas, like satellites, covering large cities and countries, connected to connect large geographical areas and countries, like that. So it is generally WANs are used with wireless technologies, like satellites, like that, towers and etc. So Next topic we are going to discuss is transmission media. Transmission media or physical media. What is transmission media or physical media or physical medium used to transmit data or information over a communication channel? So transmission medium and physical layer. So physical, in the physical layer we are using different types of transmission medias or transmitted transmission devices, network devices and others, like cables, like different types of cables and others. So generally transmission media or transmission medium or physical media is divided into two categories. First one is called as guided media and unguided media. First one is called as guided transmission or guided media. Second one is unguided media or transmission. Guided means transmission capacity depends critically on the medium, the length, and whether the medium is point to point or multi point. Examples are coaxial cable, twisted pair, and optical. So, in guided media, transmission capacity depends critically on the medium used. Means the type of media or medium used, and the length and the weather and medium is point to point or single point or multi point devices, etc. Similarly, examples are coaxial cables, twisted pair cables, and optical cables, optical fiber cables, like that. So, in guided media, some physical media or medium is required to transmit data or information in network. Unguided media or transmission. What is unguided media and transmission means? Provides a means for transmitting electromagnetic signals but do not guide them. Examples: wireless transmission means wireless transmissions or Wi-Fi or radio waves all are comes under unguided media. In unguided media, there are no physical medium or there is no physical media or physical medium is used. So the best examples for unguided media are radio waves, electromagnetic signals, like that. Wireless transmission is generally takes place in unguided area type. Next, for guided media, the medium is more important in determining the limitations of transmission. Generally, in guided media or guided transmission, the physical media, the type of media used, and the length of the wire or cable, and the capacity of the cable, and speed of the network or speed of the transmission, all these are the important parameters or important characteristics and limitations of transmissions. While in case of unguided media, the bandwidth of the signal produced by the transmission antenna and the size of the antenna is more important than medium. So, what is bandwidth? Bandwidth is another term which is used in network or data communication to measure the speed of the network. So, to measure the speed of a network, we may use bandwidth. Bandwidth means number of bytes or number of bits transmitted per second. It is called as bandwidth. Generally, bandwidth is measured in gigahertz, heads or hertz. So, in unguided media, bandwidth is the important measure or parameter. So, bandwidth of the signal produced by the transmission antenna and the size of the antenna is more important than medium. So, what are the different types of transmission medias? What are the different types of, or what are the different categories of transmission media or transmission medium used? So, generally transmission media, as we know that, what are the different categories of transmission? What are the different types of transmission media, transmission medium? So, generally transmission medium or media is two types. First one is guided media and guided and unguided. So, what are the different types of transmission media or transmission medium or physical medias are available? So, basically, transmission medias are two types: guided and unguided. Guided means wide media. Guided medium means wide media, whereas unguided means wireless media. So, guided media means wide transmissions, whereas unguided means wireless media. Again, guided media is divided into three types: twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, and fiber optic cables. Again, wide media or guided media is divided into twisted pair cables and coaxial cables and fiber optic cables, and unguided media or wireless media means air. So we discuss all these transmission modes with their characteristics, features, and others. So guided media, physical layer, guided media is three types. Guided medium is physical. So guided media is three types. First one is twisted pair cable, second one is coaxial cable, and third one is fiber optic cable. So what is a twisted pair cable? We discuss all the three characteristics, features, and applications. What are twisted cables, twisted pair cables? So a twisted pair cable consists of two conductors, normally copper, each within its own plastic insulation twisted together. So a twisted pair cable is formed or constructed is formed with a copper wire insulated with a plastic insulation, a copper wire insulated with a plastic insulation to cover the wire and to avoid the loss of data or leakage of data or information. So second one is, one of the wires is used to carry signals to the receiver and the other is used only as a ground reference. So generally the copper wire is used to transmit the signals and the cover is used to for ground references. The receiver uses the difference between the two. So the receiver uses the difference between the two, and if in addition to signal sent by the sender on one of the wires, interference, noise, and crosstalk may affect each wires and create unwanted signals. If the two wires are parallel, the effect of these unwanted signal is not the same in both the wires because they are at different locations relative to noise. So this is the diagram used or diagram of twisted pair cables. So in twisted pair cables, two wires are used or twisted to form a single component. So one is called as and the inner core material, used in twisted pair cables are called as conductors or copper wires. Generally they are insulated with some insulated material like plastic or something. So again, twisted pair cables are different types or different categories. First one is called as UTP and second one is called as STP. First one is called as UTP and second one is called as STP. What is UTP and into STP? And so in UTP and STP, we may use two combinations of, these are the different categories of cables or instruments. In generally in STP we may use some metal shield also, some metal shield or metal shield to protect the wires. In STP cables we have a metal foil covering that encases each pair of the insulated conductors. Whereas in UTP we may use only some plastic material. So, for UTP cables we may use some connectors, UTP connectors like RJ45, RJ45 male and RJ45 female, RJ45 female and RJ45 male to connect the devices to the computer and network by using some media or cable. So, third category of cables or transmission, category of cables or transmission is called as coaxial cable. So, in coaxial cables there are different types of materials are used. In the inner portion or in the inner wires we may use some inner conductors or copper wires are used. They are generally insulated with some plastic materials, and outer conductors are also used. These are also some plastic materials to cover the inner materials. They are also called as inner material shields. They are also called as shields. And in the outermost we may use some plastic material. In the outermost we may use some plastic material to cover up the entire wires for leakage of data or information. Another type of material is called as BNC connectors. Generally these BNC connectors are also used to connect some cables to a computer and network devices. BNC means Bay1 Neil concealment cables. So here we are using some different types of materials. Generally BNC connectors are generally used to connect TV sets and Ethernet signals or Ethernet like that. Another type of media, another popular type of media is called as optical fibers. Optical fiber technology is the latest technology for transmission of data transmission. It is having generally these are very high speed and a large amount of data transmissions. So optical fiber is made of glass or plastic and transmit signals in the form of light. So in optical fibers we may use light technologies. Light technologies and lights and glasses, and we may use glasses and light technologies to transmit data and information. So generally optical fibers are made up of with some glass or plastic material and use it to transmit some data or information in the form of some light signals. Light travels in a straight line as long as it is moving through a single medium substance. If a ray of light traveling through one instance suddenly enters another instance of a different dictionary, the ray changes direction. In next slide we may use, so in the next slide we may discuss about various features and applications of optical fibers. If the angle of incidence and if the angle of, so all these are the different properties of the optical cables. So, this is the diagram of construction of a optical cable or optical network. So, here we are using some outer jacket or outer medium or outer some material, thick material to cover up the inner materials, and the second one is some plastic buffers and glass or plastic core and cladding materials like that. So, the outer jacket is made up of either a PVC or a Teflon. Inside the jacket are called as Kevlar stands to strengthen the cable. Next is Kevlar is a strong material used in fabrication of bulletproof vests. Below the Kevlar is another plastic coating to cushion the fiber. The fiber is at the center. The fiber is at the center of the cable, and it consists of cladding and core. So, this is the examples of using fiber optics cables. So, the first type of data transmission is called as guided media or guided medium. Second type of data transmission is unguided media. Unguided media is generally used for wireless transmissions. Unguided media is used for wireless type of transmissions. So, again unguided wireless technologies means radio waves and satellites and other type of data transmissions. So, what are the examples technologies used for wireless technologies or unguided media means radio waves, microwaves and infrared waves. So, there are three types of technologies are used for unguided media. First one is called as radio waves, second one is microwaves, and third one is infrared waves. So, what is wireless technology or wireless medium? So, unguided transmission is used when running a physical cable, either a fiber optic or a copper wire between two endpoints is not possible. So, for example, running wires between buildings is probably not legal if the building is separated by a public street. So, infrared signals typically used for short distances across the street or within the room. Microwave signals commonly used for longer distances, tens of kilometers. Sender and receiver use same sort of dish antenna. So, what are the disadvantages or difficulties used in unguided medias? So, weather interfaces with signals. For instance, clouds, rain, lightning, etc. may adversely affect the communication. Second one is radio transmissions easy to tap. Radio transmissions easy to tap means a big connection for companies worried about competitors stealing plans, and signals bouncing off of struggles may lead to out of phase signal that the receiver must filter out. So, this is the diagram for explaining about electromagnetic spectrum for wireless communication. So, we may continue with wireless technologies only. So, ground propagation. So, radio waves travels through the lowest portion of the atmosphere. Generally, radio waves travels through the lowest portion of the atmosphere. These low frequency signals emanate in all directions, form the transmitting antenna and follow the curvature of the planet. Distance depends on the amount of power of the signal. The greater the power, the greater the distance. Sky propagation means higher frequency radio waves radiate upward into the ionosphere, the layer of atmosphere where particles exist as ions, where they are reflected back into the earth. This type of transmission allows for greater distances with lower output powers. So, generally wireless transmission waves or wireless transmissions is categorized into three types. First one is radio waves, second one is microwaves, and third one is infrared. So, there are three types of wireless technologies or wireless data communications or transmissions are there. First one is called as radio waves, second one is called as microwaves, third one is infrared. So, what are the features or properties of radio wave? So, generally radio waves ranges in frequencies between 3 kHz to 1 GHz. So, radio waves use omnidirectional antenna. When an antenna transmits radio waves, they are propagated in all directions, and this means that the sending and receiving antenna do not have to be aligned. A sending antenna sends waves that can be received by any receiving antenna. It has a disadvantage that radio waves transmitted by one antenna are susceptible to interface by another antenna that may send signals using the same frequency. So, omnidirectional antenna of radio waves makes them useful for multicasting, in which there is one sender but many receivers. Examples are AM, FM, television, cordless phones, and paging, etc. So, this is the diagram of using omnidirectional antennas. Using some antenna here. So, radio waves are used for multicast communications. Generally, radio waves are used for multicast communications such as radio and television and paging systems. Next one is microwaves. So, next type of communication is called as microwaves. So, what are microwaves? So, in microwaves we are using electromagnetic waves. Generally, in microwave technologies, we may use electromagnetic waves having frequencies between 1 and 300 GHz are called. So, it uses unidirectional antenna. When an antenna transmits microwave waves, they can be narrowly focused. This means that the sending and receiving antennas need to be aligned. It has an advantage. A pair of antennas can be aligned without interfering with another pair of aligned antennas. So, microwaves. So, unidirectional antenna can be parabolic dish antenna and the horn. A parabolic antenna is based on the geometry of a parabola. Every line parallel to the line of symmetry reflects off the curve at angles such that all the lines intersect in a common point called the focus. The parabolic dish works as a funnel catching a wide range of waves. So, this is the diagram of using unidirectional antennas. Focus, wave guide, horn antenna, dish antenna.